I had to get another video out today because we have three news topics that I want to talk about. The first one is breaking news in a way, and that is that the Russian court has ruled that Facebook and Instagram is now officially banned in Russia. So court gave the ruling that Facebook and Instagram and Meta in general, but I'll get to the Meta in a bit, which is the group that has Instagram and Facebook and WhatsApp. But those two platforms have been ruled by a Russian court to be extremist platforms. And this goes back to about a week ago when Facebook decided that they would allow hate speech towards Russian President Vladimir Putin and the Belarus President Lukashenko. And they would allow certain users in various countries, like I think they had like Poland and Azerbaijan and Armenia and Georgia and like Lithuania and Latvia. These users in those countries, they would allow them to call for the death of Russian military. And that was considered very provocative by the Russian government, and they jumped on it and they said this is an extremist platform, and they banned Instagram and Facebook. We got the court ruling today. What do I mean about Meta? Well, Meta also has WhatsApp. The court ruling says that WhatsApp will be allowed to operate in Russia. So they didn't take out WhatsApp, but they took out Instagram and Facebook. And on a side note, I have a friend in Belarus, in Minsk, and this person was telling me that they asked me a question, actually. How are things going with the conflict between Russia and Ukraine? Because, and this is a very apolitical person, not involved in politics at all. And they were saying, because my feed, my Instagram feed and my Facebook feed is full of posts that are claiming that Russia, the Russian military, is collapsing and that the Putin government is ready to fall any day now. And they were asking me the question. They said, what's going on? Is this true? Is Russia about to collapse? Is Belarus going to collapse next? And this person was saying this because they're like, I don't follow any political sites. I don't follow any news sites. And all of a sudden, I'm getting these news feeds about the war and politics and Russia's collapse. And I thought that was interesting. I said, okay, a lot of propaganda is being pushed on these platforms. Anyway, I just thought I would share that anecdotal incident to everybody. So that's the first big piece of news. The second piece of news has to do with this doctor, this Ukraine doctor, well, kind of a doctor. He was like, this guy's like Gennady Druzenko, and I've got it pulled up here. Gennady Druzenko. So this guy, he appeared on Fareed Zakaria in the morning video. I talked about Fareed Zakaria and some of the propaganda that guy pushes out for CNN. And sure enough, this guy appeared on Zakaria's show a while back, like about a week ago or a couple of days ago. And this guy he created this, a volunteer medical organization. And we have it on record because it was a live stream. He was speaking on a live stream with the news organization, Ukraine 24, and he said that he tells his doctors in his organizations, and I'm going to quote, I gave my doctors a very strict order to castrate all men because they are cockroaches and not people. And he was referencing Russian soldiers who were captured or injured during combat, and they were in the hands of Ukrainian medics and Ukraine hospitals. And this guy's organization, which is tied to a volunteer medical unit, and this guy's like a pretty high up Ukraine official. This guy Druzenko, excellent English, all these things, all these kind of, for me, it's kind of a little bit of a red flag. Maybe he's part of some sort of, deep state type of thing. I don't know. Anyway, whenever I hear these guys and they speak this way, red flags pop up. But anyway, this guy Druzenko said this on a live stream, and the stream was cut off on YouTube like right away because very provocative. You can't call for the castration of soldiers that you have of prisoners of war, because this breaks all kinds of Geneva Conventions. It doesn't matter whose side you're on. It doesn't matter who's bad or who's good. You have these rules in place during war that you just can't do these things. I'm not saying that both sides don't violate these conventions, but you can't go on. I don't think they violate it to this extent, number one. And if they do, that's terrible, but you can't go on a live stream or on TV and call for these things. Anyway, this guy came back on a Facebook post, this Tuzenko guy, and he said that he's walking it back. He says, those were the emotions. I'm sorry. We are saving lives, period. So he's walking back this whole cutting off their you-know-what, or calling on the doctors to cut off their you-know-what. So that's the second story that I wanted to get out to everybody. So the reports about this Tuzenko guy calling for these horrific things to happen to prisoners of war or to prisoners who need medical attention, he's walking it back now. The final thing I want to talk about real quick is the story on Bulgaria. I talked about Bulgaria and how Bulgaria, come the end of 2022, the Bulgarian authorities are saying they're going to cut off their business with Gazprom. What's really happening is that the long-term contract with Gazprom is ending in 2022, and most likely Gazprom will take their gas and their energy and they'll divert it eastwards, right? So they're going to cut off the business with Bulgaria once that contract ends. Right now, I'll repeat it again, right now, Gazprom continues to send gas via Ukraine to Europe and via Nord Stream and other pipelines. It continues to fill those contracts. But when those contracts run out, specifically in the case of Bulgaria, when it runs out in 2022, then that contract's going to most likely not be renewed. And so Bulgaria is trying to get ahead of the story, and they're saying, well, we don't want to do business with Russia, so we're not going to renew that contract, and we're going to look for other sources. It's not turning out too well, by the way, for European countries that are looking for other sources. They're not having much success. But they're saying we're gonna cut the contract. It's our decision. But let's be honest, it's Gazprom that's going to most likely say we don't want your business anymore. We're just going to divert this product eastwards. Anyway, Serbia, which is very happy getting gas from Russia, and they're very happy with the arrangement of having their energy needs fulfilled by Russia. Let me go this way. Ambulance. Those are ambulance noises in the background there. I wonder if you guys can see it. All right. So, Serbia, which is very happy with the arrangement they have with Gazprom, and they have no beefs with Russia, well, they're telling Bulgaria, stop. Because this is how complicated this gets. You see, the gas that Serbia is buying from Gazprom and through Russia, of which they have no problems with and they have no intention to stop it, well, it has to pass through Bulgaria. And so you had the president of Serbia, Alexander Vučić, telling Bulgaria to stop this nonsense. And this is his quote. So the president of Serbia said, it's important to us that Bulgaria doesn't interrupt the operation of the pipeline, the Gazprom gas pipeline, Vučić said on Sunday, adding that his country is paying for transit. Quote, we're saying that we want the Russian gas from the Turk Stream pipeline, so let us take it. We're paying for it. And what you do is your business, and what you want is your business. We have no issue with that. You see how complicated all of this is? Serbia wants the gas from Turk Stream, from Russia via Turk Stream to Serbia, but it passes through Bulgaria. Bulgaria is saying that they're going to stop gas via Gazprom. Well, Serbia is going to have a problem with that. And once again, Serbia has no problem with Russia, no problem with Gazprom. They're perfectly happy getting their energy fulfilled from Russia, but Bulgaria is going to be in the way now. So you get all kinds of problems here, all kinds of problems. And the EU is now saying that they're going to put an embargo on Russian energy and all Russian products. How smart is that? Circular firing squad. So now they're going to stop all Russian products from entering Europe. And Europe is not ready to replace Russian gas. They're not ready to replace Russian oil. They're not even close to ready. And now they're going to put a ban, an embargo on all Russian energy and products from entering Europe. I mean, it's like these guys want to sink their economies instantly. They want to sink their economies instantly. And then you have to ask yourself, why is it Serbia's fault? What does Serbia have to do with this? Why should Serbia pay the price? Because Bulgaria wants to stop gas from Russia and wants to essentially sink its economy, or at least have its citizens pay 10 times more for their energy needs. Why is it Serbia's fault? So you see, you have all kinds of issues coming up right now. And we're still at the beginning. Everyone needs to remember that Russia still has not retaliated at all. All of this is happening, all this mess that's happening in Europe, this energy mess that is beginning, is all due to Europe's sanctions of Russia. These are Europe's initiatives that are boomeranging back at EU and European countries. Russia still has not retaliated. What a mess. Anyway, I wanted to get this video out to everybody, and I will say goodbye in front of this poster and this Athens graffiti. theduran.locals.com. Take care, everybody.